Alright, brace yourself, guys. We've got Sky Silver back again. So, will he carry his weight? Probably not. But fortunately, he's got Blood Rain on his side, so it shouldn't matter too much. Sky Silver, Tech Marine here on Calderos Refinery. He's going to be in charge of defending these powers against Deimos and his Warp Spider Exarch, which is interesting. Deimos opting to use the Warp Spider Exarch not aggressively, which is what I'd do. I'd put pressure on this. But instead, he's going to be using it to assist his ally. We'll see how that goes. Ooh, he's going for triple Guardians. This is interesting. Right, okay. I'm quite... This might be a bit of a weird experimental game. Rosia, Sky Silver, Glubina, Dushi as the Inquisitor. It's Blood Rain. I'll probably call him Dushi. And Depressed Sanya as the IG here. So we've got an IG mirror, which is going to be interesting. No sergeants on the guardsmen. Okay. We'll see how long that lasts for. Depressed Sanya going for the Sentinel later than Rain, who sends his Sentinel out quite quick. Inquisitor generally will struggle against the Commissar early on. Just a little bit stronger, basically, the Commissar. More HP, more damage. Well, more effective HP with the shield, I mean. But yeah, Tech Marine could be difficult for these Guardians to deal with. They will bleed a lot early on, which is why I would have pushed this with the Spider early and noded it. It would have bought a lot of time, basically, and then you could have rotated over. Guardians will do quite well in a big blob against the IG. So let's see how this goes. We've got the... Most of the Guardsmen seem to be shooting the ones in cover here, which is lucky for Dushi. We see some nice deployable cover usage. We've got aggressive Sentinel pushing with the Stomp. Going to force the Guardsmen to disengage, but this cover here is clearly unbreakable. And Sanya advancing once again into the cover, trying to use some blocks. Spider going into melee, Tactical Marines going into melee. Of course, no Banshees, so that makes the Tactical Marines a lot better in melee. But, oh, this is a bad situation for the Tacs. They're going to be taking more damage right now thanks to the DR debuff coming in from the Shuriken Pistols. But Deimos going for long rifles very fast here. But Deimos opting for so many Guardians means he's not doing the usual Eldar thing of building gens. Actually, I'm lying. He's actually built 3 gens. So Sanya got that one, the power node, and Deimos got the node as well. Damn, Deimos has actually built 3 gens and a node already. That's quite a lot. But that allows Sanya to go for the Kadashans quite fast. Sanya needs to be careful right now with these Guardsmen. Oh, needs to be careful with the Sentinel. Never mind the Guardians. Oh my god, Guardsman. He loses the Sentinel. Oh no. Not good. Push too deep. Heavy weapons team for Dushi. And Kadashans coming out for Sanya. Okay. Getting paranoid that they're going to get nade spiked, but it's alright, there's no grenade to spike them with, not yet. The grenade is coming. A long rifle squad. I want to check the generator situation here for the blue team in a minute. So it looks like Kadashan is getting kind of wrecked. Nice special attack by the Inquisitor there. Honestly, Sanya probably staying in a little bit too long here. Hammer of the Witches. Hammer of the Witches. Where's the Hammer of the Witches? She's not using it. She uses the Immobilize, which actually does a little bit of damage, but it seems to miss the Kadashans. I would have used Hammer of the Witches there. Even if you just got a couple of Kadashan models, that would be worth quite a lot. Oh, misses the opportunity to get the grenade spike on the retreating Inquisitor there. Deimos not paying full attention because he is splitting his attention right now. He's down this bottom. Sentinel nearly stomped the Guardians into their own grenade there. I'm not sure what that grenade was from Deimos. Jesus. Yeah, Dushi liked that one. Now, Tactical Marines sitting in cover here would normally be a problem for the Guardians, but this is exactly why the long rifles are good. And look at that, killing a Tactical Space Marine. Pretty brutal. Now, the lack of Banshees is meaning that Rosia is going to change up their typical strategy. You very rarely see Sky Silver getting ASM. He's normally a Devastator and Scout spammer. But no Banshees, right? You're playing against Eldar with no Banshees, kind of got to get ASM. But even then, it's pretty tough, man. It's going to be tough. He's just going to bleed a damn lot. He's going to be in base healing a lot. He will have his time in the limelight once he gets to tier 2, and he can pull out things like Assault Cannon Dreadnoughts and punish all this ranged forces that Deimos has got. Well, a heavy weapons team follow-up for Sanya, but it looks like an Overwatch mistake here. I don't imagine that the second heavy weapons team would be intentional. He's actually looking like he'd have it. Oh no. Oh no. He looks like his economy would have been perfect to go tier 2. Indeed it would. He'd be just a little bit off on the power, and he would have been able to go tier 2. Would have been a great situation for Sanya, but instead he's now bought double heavy weapons team, which, I don't know. I mean, it could be okay in tier 1. We'll see in tier 2 what happens. God forbid Dushy actually gets a Manticore. That could be interesting, couldn't it? It is a team game, guys. Maybe we'll see a Manticore. Remember the witch is there. Don't take too long. Spider should be able to turn around and stun the Inquisitor here. There we go. Easy. She did get her little immobilization off. I don't know what these grenades are by Deimos. Jesus Christ, they're not very good today. Not very good at all. But man, so much pew pew. Look at this. Even the tanky ASM with a heavy infantry armor, and literally being the most high HP unit in tier 1, they're just getting melted by the pew pew. So much of it. They kill a couple of Guardians there. One Guardian. Wow, that's not good. And then they lose an ASM and have to get out of there, but I don't even know if this engagement will be good. Oh yeah, with the Sentinel here to break the cover, going to be pretty good. Stomps one of the Guardsmen, forces it off. Another attempted grenade, but not really worth it for Deimos. Yeah, just bleeds. That was... I don't know what he's doing with his grenades here, Deimos. What the hell, man? That was not worth it. If your opponent let you hit the Guardsman blob with a grenade in that instance, when the Guardians just run out of cover and charge at them Rambo style, then your opponent is an absolute fool. So he just unnecessarily lost a Guardian model. Dushi lost... Oh, no, he didn't. I'm getting confused. He bought the Sentinel afterwards. I thought he'd lost the Guardsman, but he hasn't. He's alright. So Deimos is requesting that the AV comes from Sanya. Of course, Rosia here is pushing forward very fast with a Razorback. Blue team in general got to tier 2 a lot sooner. I never did check their gens. Whoops. Of course, they've got 4 gens now. Actually, let's have a quick look who built the gens. So... Dushi got the Norden 2 gens there, Rosia got the generator, Rosia got all gens there, so Rosia got 5, 3 were built by Dushi. So this makes sense. Because he's gone for a lighter build as Rosia, so he will end up having more requisition to build generators, it makes sense. This is one of the advantages of playing something like the Tech Marine, or the Warp Spider actually. You can often get away with lighter upkeep builds, and that allows you in a team game to build a lot of gens for your ally. So it's good when you're going with an ally who is quite requisition intensive, like the Imperial Guard. You can really exploit the extra requisition with such a faction. Over here, looking... Ooh, is he going to get... Oh, nice play! Ground attack there from the Frag Missile Sentinel in combination with the Hell Fury strike from the Inquisitor. Blood Rain is absolutely flexing on Sanya right now. And now we've got Crack Shot, buffed Fire Dragons. Blood Rain deploying the Guardsman in melee right now, but the grenade, ooh, nearly killing the Razorback, but it looks like the Fire Dragons did manage to get a shot off there. There was no escaping, of course. If the Razorback tried to drive away, then the Fire Dragons would have killed it with the Fire and the Move attacks. And Rosia is now down to just Assault Squad and Stern Guard, but he's now going to get a Dreadnought, which is presumably going to pick up an Assault Cannon. He would have to. Honestly, might even be a good time to go for a melee Tech Marine against all this. Refractor Shield, going to be really good for durability with the extra, not only HP that it absorbs, the damage that it absorbs, but the accuracy debuff to enemy attacks. Pretty nice. Looks like we've got one gen bash, but not really too big of a deal. I mean, blue team are quite desperate for their power. I just realised friggin' Dushi is tier 3. And I just, what the hell? When did he get tier 3? He is indeed absolutely flexing on Sanya right now. I mean, if you think about it, all he built in tier 2 was a missile launcher on his Sentinel, and it's gone rather well for him. He is going to lose that Sentinel now thanks to that flank by Deimos. Not really much you could do. He was committed quite deep. Rossier is going to come to the rescue, but a little bit late. Come on, Assault Cannon Barrage, those Rangers! Rossier, what are you doing? Oh. Missed opportunities, my man. Rangers, so squishy. Easy retreat kill there with the Assault Cannon Barrage. Could be a juicy attack here, though. We've got some Melter Stormtroopers. I thought they were going to be Assault Kid to win the firefights here with Bushi, but it's not going to happen. In fact, this is even worse. You've even got an auto-cannon heavy weapons team getting some hits onto the Dreadnought. Dreadnought right now. Oh my god, he's going to wipe out the Fire Dragons, is he? Is he? You've got Blessings of the Omnissiah. Do we have another jump from the ASM? ASM are not jumping after the Fire Dragons, which run away with 34 HP. Rossier, what are you doing? He is wiping the heavy weapons team, so at least he gets something. And there's only guardsmen here with las guns and sergeants, no commissars, so the damage output from these is pretty sad against level 2 Sarge-equipped ASM. So they're delaying as long as they can, these guardsmen, but they're not going to be able to get rid of these ASM. And then the supporting units of Bushi coming along, going to definitely force off the guardsmen. They really did delay for a long time, those guardsmen. I think that was quite unnecessary. Probably should have retreated those guardsmen a little bit sooner. Fed a lot of XP there for no real reason. And now we've got level 3 ASM as a result of that. Guardsmen now have commissars for Blood Rain. And he has, more importantly, a Lehman Russ. So those Metal Stormtroopers will still remain somewhat useful. Oh god. Just lost an ASM to Metal Stormtroopers. That's not ideal. So the tank is getting a little bit delayed right now because of those Commissar mines snaring it. Warp Spider's doing a good job here from Deimos, putting on pressure, keeping the VPs in control of the red team, and they do have a pretty significant VP lead right now. But the problem for the blue team, the problem for the red team is that the blue team now are doing that classic 1-2 with the IG. Every faction has got a 1-2. The IG 1-2 is particularly powerful with a Lehman Russ battle tank in tandem with a Cadian Kassakin squad. Vanquish Cannon is equipped on the Lehman Russ, so it loses its splash damage, but who cares when you're killing people with every single shot. Basically doubles the rate of fire and increases the range. Very, very nice upgrade for the Lehman. Going to be very good for taking out enemy Lehman Russ. And of course, Dushi still has the heavy weapons team here to equip a las cannon when it needs to fight Sanya's Lehman Russ. Sanya's going to need to get some help from these Fire Dragons of Deimos, I think. Fire Dragons needed right now to get rid of the Tactical Marines, but the Dreadnought, of course, just charges into melee here with the Fire Dragons since they are the only AV unit. And it's a problem. Guardian's going to fleet away, acting as a bit of a distraction, keep the Dreadnought busy. Maybe the Dreadnought then chases the Guardians, then the Spider can go in and cap this. Deimos is tier 3 as well. Maybe wants to grab a Fire Prism to aid in taking out this Lehman Russ. Of course, the Fire Prism would also be able to deal with a Dreadnought, but got to be so careful with a Fire Prism against the Lehman Russ, because the Lehman Russ has extra range with the Vanquish compared to other tanks. It's not as fast as the other tanks, but that extra range, it's a problem when the Lehman just rushes down the Fire Prism, because it's still faster than a Fire Prism, even though it's slower than other tanks. Slower than most tanks, but still faster than a Prism. But yeah, keep the Fire Prism behind the Lehman Russ that Sanya has, and should be a pretty good situation. Especially if you've got Stormtroopers to zone as well. If any enemy tanks try to rush you down, you hit them with a Melter Bomb and the Melters, and actually it's probably a death trap for the enemy tanks. So definitely potential here for the red team. Rossier needs to get to tier 3 and start pumping out some useful units of their own. Look at the damage coming out of the Spider right now. Crack shot on the Spider. absolutely huge damage. These are Sternguard veterans, man, and they shall know no fear with the damage resistance buff. I mean, you can see once they activate and they shall know no fear, they really are very tanky, considering that this is boosted for Spider Exile damage. Nice use of and they shall know no fear, actually. But the Tech Marine went down again. Inquisitor's down. Not seeing too much from the Inquisitor herself. Bloodbrain's played a very good IG game, but not a great Inquisitor game. And this is actually quite bad right now. No energy for a Melter Bomb, I don't think. Is it 50 energy? I'm not sure, but oh my god, he's going to lose his Lehman Russ. Bloodrain wasn't paying attention. Is he down here? What's he paying attention to? Oh, I don't know what he was looking at then, but he loses his bloody Lehman Russ. That's a really bad thing for him. He's got a couple of Melter Guns on the Kassakin, but man, that's not going to be good enough. Lehman Russ is too tanky for that. He did disperse the repair support with the Guardsman, but yeah, not ideal. He was trying to keep the Lehman in play for longer to snare it with the last cannon, and maybe then with like a crack grenade as well, it might have been enough, but pretty desperate plays there to try and kill the Lehman Russ of Sanya, and not really working. Still, Dushi has a lot of resources, probably going to be saving up for a super heavy battle tank right now. The question of course will be, what will he get? I would assume a Baneblade, because, well, you're against IG, so if you go for a Stormlord, multiple Lehman Russ could actually just chip away at you and cause a lot of problems. So I assume he will... Sanya complaining about needing a revive all game. Probably should have told Deimos a little bit sooner, but the ironic thing is that it's the same thing for Blood Rain. He's been needing a revive all game, and Sky Silver's not been helping him out with that. I mean, reasonable little flank there from the Eldar, but honestly I think Sanya would have been fine on his own. I guess Deimos can't really push the mid. Deimos is going to focus on anti-infantry. He's opted for Say Council. I wonder if he's just going to be running them down the sidelines because they're so hard to deal with. But if the Dreadnought stays here, he can handle Say Council quite well. Certainly in this patch. That will change next patch. When these guys can get a heavy melee upgrade, they would then tear the Assault Cannon Dreadnought to pieces since it loses its melee resist. But for now, they should be fine. Yeah, it's going to be a Baneblade. Because you need the main battle cannon to help kill Lehman Russ. And that's why you can't go for the Stormlord. The Lehman Russ would just chip away at you. The last cannons on the Stormlord wouldn't be sufficient. Lehman Russ are too tanky for that shit. And a D cannon for Deimos. D cannon will be getting a buff next patch as well. I think a Fire Prism would have been better. But I don't know. I guess he can't afford the power. Not quite. He's not far off. But even with not purchasing the D cannon, he'd be like 45 power off or something, so it would be a delay. Grenade launchers on the Kassakin here. Guardsman getting nuked by the Vanquisher. And Sanya does get his Commissar back, but I mean this is a literal basic Commissar, no upgrades, so not really achieving a whole lot. Yeah, dual Lehman Russ going to cause a problem. I mean, blue team just delaying for right now, but it's an issue for them because they've only got 125, 124, 123 VPs left. So they need to make a play. Looking at the red as well, they don't have any red for nukes, which is a bit concerning. I think they're going to struggle to make this push. We'll see. Yeah, Deimos has got the right idea. They just need to stay together, chip at the enemy. Play it safe. Maybe even worth getting a few Webway gates. Nah, he needs to save up his red right now to defeat the Baneblade, of course. I guess they should kind of anticipate that the super heavy tank's coming because Dushi got the Lehman Russ and Kassakin very early into tier 3. I mean, that was a long time ago. I mean, at least 5 minutes, maybe even like 8 minutes ago. The Dushi got the IG-1-2, so they must know that a big tank's coming. Now they see it. Of course, the best way to kill a super heavy tank is an Eldritch Storm. It's literally the best nuke in the game for that. But as I said, look, the chip here from the rapid firing cannons of the Lehman Russ will definitely hurt a super heavy tank. They can't stand and trade with a Baneblade, but they've got... Yeah, whoa, look at the Baneblade's damage there when they do open up fire. We've got a repair bunker with a D cannon in it. Wow, this is A little bit unconventional. Do we have any red? No, we don't have any red though from the blue team. That's the problem. So Gauger's getting kind of wrecked right now. They're going to move in and demolish a cannon the base. We've got a Predator tank flanking in from Russia. Assault cannon Dreadnought is going to go into melee with the fire dragons and dispatch them. The D-cannon gets wiped as the bunker is blown up. I don't know why Deimos had his D-cannon in there, but the thing is, Seer Council and Watt Spiders down at the bottom, so that means that these Leman Russ need to be pushed off and the top taken, but there is a beautiful Eldritch Storm atop the Baneblade, and that is going to stun it and inflict a lot of damage. It is still getting repairs from the Guardsmen somehow, not disrupted by the Eldritch Storm, which is a little bit perverse. But the Leman Russ continue to pew-pew under the repairs of the double Guardsmen, and that is going to be the end of the Baneblade. Not enough support, really. Needed more things going in and actually dispatching the Guardsmen, pushing them away. Where are the Kassakin? The Kassakin are back at base, and... okay, the Seer Council are forced off. The Tech Marine is going to rotate to the natural VP of Russia, but unfortunately the Baneblade has now been taken out. I don't know why the heavy weapons team with the last cannon wasn't further forward in the first place. Sanya's Stormtroopers are going to get back onto the VP. It looks like Guardsmen sacrificed themselves and managed to decap the natural VP there of the red team. And it looks like blue team will be able to stabilize this, but looking at the rosters down below, it seems that the red team do have the superior rosters. I'm not sure how the blue team right now is going to be able to deal with the double Leman Russ. And again, bunkers in the late game here just proving to be a death trap. The cannon ground attacking it, wiping out the bunker along with potentially some shots from these vanquishers, and the last cannon inside it just gets wiped. Crushed. Can't be a good way to go, that. So funny seeing the Lemans just chipping away at Guardsmen, killing them one by one. Oh, Spider does need the res. I mean, blue team getting pretty low on VPs here. We do have the twin link blast cannon coming up here from the Predator, which will certainly do good DPS to the Lemans, but the Predator's still a lot less durable, so it doesn't want to take a stand-up fight. But if we can hit from an angle, it will punch hard and heavy against those Lemans. But Seer Council are back out again. They just slay the Tech Marine so easily. The Commissar did manage to get the revive on the Watt Spider Exarch and then dies for it. Fire Dragon's quite low. Probably, oh yeah, Leman Russ rotate over, and that is the end of the Dreadnought. And now these two Leman Russ, oh, they're so intimidating. We've got the Blessings of the Omnissiah to try and repair the Predator, but I feel like the Leman Russ are going to be able to ambush them here, cut it off at the retreat, cause it big problems. Look how tanky they are, man. Level 3, level 2. Oh, and a flare to reduce the range. Absolutely wrecked. Predator goes down. Yeah. That's a nice rocket run from Dushi. It's going to wipe out both of Sanya's repair support Guardsmen. But another Baneblade is en route. Wait. Have blue team got enough to actually make a comeback here? Predator tank? Nah, I mean, Sanya can just build some default Guardsmen, right? He doesn't need the Guardsmen fully upgraded and leveled up. Whether they're level 1 we know upgrades, or whether they're fully upgraded level 4, they still repair at the same rate, right? And he's still got his double Leman Russ. I guess there's a lot of infantry here for Dushi, which might be difficult for Sanya to deal with. Nah, he's dispatched them. I'm not optimistic for the blue team here. Well, Russia can't get Deimos off of his natural VP, and they're running out of VPs really fast. It's going to be too late with the Baneblade. The Predator's gone to the right hand side anyway. I mean, yeah, they need to hold the mid and the natural of Sanya. There's no time. It was a good effort. Baneblade, probably not worth it. The Baneblade is really good when you already have an advantage and the enemy has to come to you. But pushing forward into the enemy when they've got infantry superiority, it's It's lackluster. And then the thing that just made it really bad for the blue team was the fact that Deimos actually had enough red for an Eldritch Storm. I mean, that was kind of just the end of it. But, you know, Deimos could have wasted his red on gates and stuff. That was my intuition at one point. You've got to try and keep your head in the game. And think, oh, okay, my enemy here, this Inquisitor, didn't really build anything in tier 2. Probably going to be going for a big unit. You know, then you've seen, okay, he's hit me with a 1-2, he's got a Lehman and a Kassakin out. How long ago was that? That was like 8 minutes ago? Yeah, there's probably a super unit coming, and there was. So you save up your red for the Eldritch Storm. But well played overall. Pretty back and forth. Of course, Sky Silver a little bit behind here. But, you know, Rain was dominating Sanya, so it kind of evened out the game. 2v2 things, eh? That's going to be all from your boy Torpid this time. Hope you enjoyed that one, folks. I am signing out.